first carry now for Nick Chubb. It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the 16, Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They'll run with Chubb. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Chubb will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And a lane slow in materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. The Browns at 7-1 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there, with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
2 now on first down. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
2 now on first down. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On second down, Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Well, the midterm elections are now concluded, and I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief for that. But now it's time for midterm football, where we've moved past the unofficial halfway point of the season, and we got a couple of good matchups in the night games here in Week 10. Tonight it's North versus South in California, the Chargers and Niners from Santa Clara. And then tomorrow, Monday night, it's both Charles's birthday, happy early birthday, buddy, and the first primetime appearance for the Commanders as they travel up to Philly to take on the Eagles. A lot going on. They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Now it's Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough.
Touchdown, Browns! Amari Cooper, 26 yards, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. York now for the extra point. And it's 21-3. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Tua sets up to pass it, and that is incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, you got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
They go up the middle with Chubb. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns continue to pull away here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
From midfield, here's Tua. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Tua caught by Wilson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And they will remain well behind.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The final shot before the break, Watson. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And just a field goal separating the two sides. 10-7 is the score. George Pickens, a touchdown catch in that first half. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Daniel Jones throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Leonard Fournette with 2 touchdown runs. In the game you're watching is Deshaun Watson, who was the star of the first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front. As we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway from the 10. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And some room to roam now. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now the Browns coming out on the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb.
And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Back to throw, Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic?
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Miami set to take over. Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off, because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing me there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Escaping the pressure right. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Taken down at the 30.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
From the 3, second and a yard.
A give. This is Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Browns are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Wilson's got it complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now this one thrown away. Will we see a flag? No. I'll say there was a receiver nearby. Pretty generous call, but either way, it's 4th down.
Here we go. Black 40.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua, he's going to drop this underneath to Mostert, and he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to pass. Tua. He'll hit Mostert again here. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And they will remain well behind. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play. And did he just clap that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. 2nd and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 135 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And Watson's going to throw it here. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. A bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Off of play action, it's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
The York on now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Meanwhile, Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Tua. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it's...
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Browns, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Miami, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Make major moves, still the same ones that I came with. Up in a payment, told you we nothing to play with. Guess some things unchangeable. Me and my thirst insatiable. Till we all big time. Face on my rollie on big time. Face on my goals, that's a big climb. Still my flow is unshakable. Run it up, I cannot quit it. I need it, I ain't where I wanna be. I can admit it. Never submitting, I'm fighting my dog is a dog. I am a with a light that's inside of my heart. I write in my art and give you my story. You the witness. I came on a mission to give you my pain and give you my glory. All this time, I'm on the grind. Oh, I'm shining. Nothing can stop me. All these years, blood, sweat, and tears, but I'm still here. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. I overcame all the odds. I ain't been playing it safe, nah. I was just giving my all. I'm taking it there. Hop in the Wraith and we lay in the stars. I made it happen, the boss, yeah. I was just playing my cards. I'm taking it there. I'm taking it there. I'm taking it there. It's gonna be a riot, doubt me it's quiet. I got the can of gas, I'm about to ignite. I am driven, I won't ever get tired, cause I've been left behind, I have to get right. Waiting on the sign, now I just wait on myself. Got nothing weighing on the mind. One thing I learned after all this time, the mountain you carry meant for you to climb. All this time, I'm on the grind. Oh, I'm shining, nothing can stop me. All these years, blood, sweat, and tears, but I'm still here. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop
ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. But when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. But when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide up. Yellow offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, get it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this. Wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded it. Tell them they time is ticking, but we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in their pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it? My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. But when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't